There is a shadow in your home. It has 4 legs, a wet nose, and eyes that never seem to look away. You walk to the kitchen. The shadow follows. You walk to the bathroom. The shadow waits at the door. You simply shift in your chair, and the shadow lifts its head, ready to move wherever you move. You have probably called it clinginess. Maybe you have called it neediness. Some of you have even called it annoying. But the truth about why your dog follows you everywhere is not what you think. The truth is older than houses, older than leashes, older than every command you have ever taught them. And by the time you finish watching this, you will never see that shadow the same way again. Welcome to Dogunee Tales. Subscribe now, because what you are about to learn will change the way you feel every time you turn around and find your dog right there. We are going to walk through the real reasons behind this behavior. Not the guesswork. Not the old myths. The biology. The neuroscience. The 15,000-year-old bond that has been shaped by evolution itself. And we end with something that will genuinely stay with you long after this video ends. 1. Let and oppose, start with the most obvious question. Why can and oppose, your dog just stay in the other room? They have a bed. It is comfortable. The temperature is fine. The water bowl is full. And yet, the moment you stand up, they stand up. The moment you move, they move. What is driving this? The answer begins with something called attachment theory. It is a framework developed by psychologists to understand the bond between human infants and their caregivers. A securely attached child will explore the world, but they will regularly check back with their parent. They need to know the safe base is still there. In the 1970s, a researcher named Mary Ainsworth developed something called the strange situation test to study this. Decades later, scientists adapted that exact same test for dogs. And what they found was extraordinary. When a dog and their owner are in a room together, the dog explores. They sniff. They play. They are curious. But the moment the owner leaves, exploration stops. The dog waits. The dog watches the door. The dog and oppose, stress hormones begin to rise. And when the owner returns, the dog does not just greet them. The dog re-establishes contact and then, only then, returns to being curious about the world again. This is not clinginess. This is secure attachment. This is your dog using you as the base from which they experienced the entire world. And every time you leave the room, even just for a moment, their entire sense of safety leaves with you. 2. But there is something even deeper happening below the surface. Something inside your dog and oppose's body that they cannot control and would not want to. When your dog follows you, their brain is actively predicting your behavior. This is not mystical. It is neurological. Research into canine cognition has shown that dogs build detailed mental models of their owners. They learn your routines. They know the sound of your car. They know which shoes you wear when you are leaving without them. They know the difference between you going to the kitchen and you heading toward the front door. And their brain is constantly making predictions about what you will do next. When you stand up, their brain fires a prediction. Kitchen means food. Bathroom means you will be back. Front door with keys means separation. And their body responds to that prediction before they even consciously decide to follow you. Following you is not a choice they make. It is a neurological response to the most important variable in their environment. You. This is why a dog who seems completely asleep will still wake up and follow you the moment you move. Part of their brain has been tracking you even in sleep. The part that has evolved to never lose track of the one thing that keeps them safe. 3. Now we need to go back in time. Not years. Not decades. Thousands of years. To a campfire on the edge of a forest. To the moment and the ancestors of your dog made a decision that would shape every dog who ever lived after them. Wolves who stayed close to humans survived. The ones who stayed far away did not. This was not a conscious choice. It was a brutal filter. The wolves who were naturally inclined to stay near human camps got access to food scraps, to warmth, to protection from larger predators. The ones who wandered off did not come back. Over thousands of generations, that filter shaped the canine brain. The dogs who shadowed humans most closely were the ones who reproduced. The ones who kept a comfortable distance were selected out. What you are seeing today, when your dog follows you from room to room, is the result of that ancient filtering. Your dog and Apo's ancestors survived because they stayed close. That instinct did not disappear when they moved onto your sofa. It is wired into their nervous system at a level that no amount of comfort, no soft bed, no full food bowl can ever completely quiet. They follow you because for 15,000 years, not following you meant death. 4. But Let and Apo's go even deeper. Let and Apo's look at what happens inside your dog and Apo's body when you are present versus when you are not. When your dog is in the same room as you, their body operates in a state called parasympathetic dominance. This is the rest and digest mode. The calm state. The state where healing happens, where digestion works properly, where the immune system functions optimally. Your presence literally regulates your dog and Apo's nervous system. The moment you leave the room, something shifts. If your dog has a secure attachment, they can handle this. Their body stays mostly regulated. They wait calmly. They may even sleep. But if your dog has any degree of separation-related distress, which is far more common than most owners realize, the shift is dramatic. Their sympathetic nervous system activates. The fight or flight response. Cortisol floods their bloodstream. Their heart rate increases. Their breathing becomes shallow. And here is the part most people never consider. This response begins the moment you walk toward the door. Not when you close it. Not when you are gone. The moment you signal departure, your dog and Apo's body begins preparing for what it perceives as a survival threat. Following you is your dog and Apo's way of keeping their nervous system in the calm state. Your proximity is their medicine. And they will seek it out every single time they can. 5. There is something else happening in that shadow behavior. Something that has to do with how dogs experience the world through their most powerful sense. Your dog and Apo's nose is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. They do not just smell the world. They read it. Every object, every surface, every room carries a scent signature. And the most important scent in your dog and Apo's world is yours. When your dog follows you, they are not just staying physically close. They are staying within the scent envelope of the most important creature in their existence. Your scent changes throughout the day. It shifts with your mood, with your health, with your stress levels. Your dog is constantly reading that scent, updating their understanding of your state. When you are in the same room, that reading is easy. The scent is rich and immediate. When you leave, the scent begins to fade. And for a creature who experiences the world primarily through smell, the fading of your scent is not just information. It is a form of loss. They follow you to keep that scent strong. To keep you real. To keep the signal from fading. Every step they take behind you is a step that keeps you close to their most important sense. 6. Now we need to talk about something that many owners experience but rarely understand. The bathroom door. It is a running joke among dog owners. You cannot even pee alone. But behind the humor is something genuinely profound. Why does your dog follow you into the bathroom specifically? It is not just about following you everywhere. The bathroom is unique. It is a room where you close the door. Where you disappear completely from view. Where the sound of water and the closing of the door signal a separation that feels, to your dog, different from other separations. In a pack or family group, vulnerable activities are done together. Eating, sleeping, and yes, eliminating. When you close that bathroom door, your dog does not understand privacy. They understand that you have isolated yourself in a vulnerable moment, behind a barrier, and they cannot see you, cannot smell you clearly, cannot check on you. The scratch at the door. The nose under the crack. The patient waiting right outside. That is not neediness. That is your dog trying to maintain the proximity that their entire biology tells them is necessary for your pack and Oppo's best survival. They are not trying to invade your privacy. They are trying to protect you. And they have been doing it for 15,000 years. 7. But there is a shadow side to shadowing. And this is where we need to talk about the difference between healthy following and something that requires your attention. A healthy dog follows you calmly. They settle in the room you are in. They may be in the same room but not necessarily at your feet. They are aware of your presence, comforted by it, and able to go about their own quiet activities while you go about yours. A dog in distress follows you differently. They cannot settle. They follow you from room to room and never lie down. They pace. They pant. Their eyes are wide. Their body is tense. They whine when you close a door. They scratch at barriers. They cannot eat or drink when you are not present. This is not attachment. This is separation anxiety. And it is a genuine panic disorder that requires compassion and professional help. The difference matters. Following you because they want to be near you is a beautiful thing. Following you because they are terrified of being away from you is a medical condition. And the treatment for these two things is completely different. If your dog cannot function when you are out of sight, do not just call them clingy. Call your veterinarian. Call a certified separation anxiety trainer. Your dog is not being difficult. Your dog is drowning. And the life preserver is understanding what is actually happening inside their brain. 8. There is a specific kind of following that happens late at night. You are getting ready for bed. Your dog has been calm all evening. But now, as you brush your teeth and turn down the covers, they are suddenly right there. Not just in the room. Right at your heels. What is happening in that moment? Your dog knows the bedtime routine. They have memorized it. And they know that bedtime means one very specific thing. In the wild, sleep is the moment of greatest vulnerability. It is when predators hunt and when the pack is most exposed. Your dog still carries that knowledge deep in their brain. And so, as you prepare to sleep, your dog and Oppo's best protective instincts are quietly engaging. They follow you to the bedroom not just for comfort, but because they are taking up a post. They are choosing the position they will guard. They are checking the perimeter. They are making sure that you, their most important pack member, is safe as you enter your most vulnerable state. That shadow at your heels before bed is a guardian making their rounds. And when they finally curl up beside you, they are not just sleeping. They are standing watch. Even in sleep, part of their brain is tracking you. Your breathing. Your movement. Your safety. They never truly clock out. 9. Now we need to go somewhere difficult. But necessary. Because understanding this is what separates a good dog owner from a great one. When your dog follows you and you get frustrated, when you push them away, when you close the door on them, when you tell them to go lie down with an edge of annoyance in your voice, what is your dog actually hearing? They are not hearing words. They are hearing a rejection of the bond they are trying to maintain. Your dog has no way to understand that you just need a moment alone. They cannot comprehend privacy as a concept. All they know is that they offered proximity, their deepest and most ancient expression of loyalty, and you pushed them away. I am not saying you should never close a door. I am not saying you should never have boundaries. But I am saying that understanding the weight of what your dog is offering you can change how you respond to it. A gentle redirection. A soft place for them to settle in the same room. A moment of eye contact and a calm word before you step away. These small gestures tell your dog that the bond is still intact. That you still see them. That the shadow they cast is not a burden to you. 10. Here is something remarkable that most people do not know. When you are sick, your dog follows you more. When you are sad, your dog stays closer. When you are going through something difficult, the shadow becomes more persistent. This is not a coincidence. Your dog and Oppo's nose detects the chemical changes in your body when you are unwell or emotionally distressed. Cortisol. Adrenaline. The subtle shifts in your immune system. Your dog knows you are vulnerable before you have even admitted it to yourself. And what do they do with that information? They close the distance. They press their body against yours. They follow you more closely. They position themselves between you and the door. They increase their vigilance. They become more protective. This is the same instinct that drives a mother dog to stay close to a sick puppy. The same instinct that keeps pack members near a wounded companion. Your dog is not just following you. Your dog is responding to a chemical signal that says, my human is not 100%. My human needs me. I am not leaving their side. And they will not leave your side. Not until your chemistry returns to baseline. Not until the danger has passed. Not until they are certain their pack is safe again. 11. Let and Oppo's talk about the dogs who follow one person more than anyone else. In a household of 4 people, the dog follows the mother everywhere. Or the father. Or the child. Why that person? This is not random. Dogs do not distribute their attachment equally. They form what scientists call a primary attachment figure. This is the person they feel safest with. The one whose presence regulates their nervous system most effectively. The one whose scent they seek out when they are unsure. Who becomes the primary attachment figure is not always who feeds them. It is not always who walks them. It is the person whose emotional presence feels most stable to them. The person whose voice stays calm. The person whose body language signals safety. The person who, in the dog and Oppo's estimation, is the center of the pack. If your dog follows you more than anyone else, understand what that means. They have chosen you. Not because of what you give them. Because of who you are to them. You are their safe place. You are their baseline. You are the one they would follow into the dark. 12. Now we need to talk about what happens when the following stops. A dog who used to shadow you everywhere and suddenly does not is sending a signal you cannot afford to ignore. This is one of the most overlooked distress calls in dog behavior. The reasons are almost always significant. Physical pain. Joint issues that make getting up too difficult. Cognitive decline that disrupts their routine. A traumatic event that happened in your presence and created an association you did not notice. Or depression. Yes, dogs can become depressed. The same chemical imbalances that affect human mood affect canine mood too. A dog who stops following you is a dog who has lost something. Maybe it is their physical ability. Maybe it is their sense of safety. Maybe it is their joy. But something has changed, and they are telling you the only way they know how. By not being there. If your dog used to be your shadow and now stays in their bed, do not assume they are finally giving you space. Check on them. Check their body. Check their heart. Something is wrong, and they have been waiting for you to notice. 13. There is a particular kind of pain that comes with loving a dog. A pain we all sign up for the moment we bring them home. And it is this. They will not be your shadow forever. Every dog ages. Every dog slows down. The same animal that used to leap up the moment you moved will one day watch you walk to the kitchen and stay where they are. Not because they love you less. Because their body will not cooperate anymore. Because the joints ache. Because the energy is gone. Because the years have caught up. And in that moment, something shifts. You will find yourself walking back to them. You will find yourself sitting down beside them. You will find yourself being their shadow instead. And you will understand, maybe for the first time, that all those years of being followed were not an inconvenience. They were a gift. Your dog followed you because you were their world. Because every step you took was a step they wanted to take with you. Because the distance between you was never just physical. It was emotional. It was spiritual. It was the measured space between two hearts that had chosen each other. 14. So why does your dog follow you everywhere? We are at the end now, and you already know the answer. It is not about food. It is not about walks. It is not about treats or toys or any of the things we tell ourselves to make the bond feel simpler than it really is. Your dog follows you because for 15,000 years, their kind has been shaped to stay close to yours. Because your presence regulates their nervous system. Because your scent is the most important signal in their world. Because you are their safe base, their pack, their primary attachment figure, their purpose. They follow you because in a world full of uncertainty, you are the one thing that makes sense. They follow you because that is what love looks like when it has 4 legs and a tail. They follow you because they would rather be in your shadow than in the sun without you. And if that does not break your heart open, nothing ever will. The next time your dog follows you, do not sigh. Do not roll your eyes. Do not push them away. Turn around. Kneel down. Look into those eyes that have been watching you since the day you brought them home. And know, truly know, that you are the center of their entire universe. They have been telling you this every single day. With every step. With every shadow. With every quiet moment of silent devotion. You just had to learn how to listen. If this changed the way you see your dog, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Dogunee Tales. And tell us in the comments, does your dog follow you everywhere? Tell us their name. Tell us their story. We read every single one. Until next time, watch your dog. Really watch them. That shadow behind you is not a shadow at all. It is love, following you home.